Hello. Welcome. I feel like I have lost the privilege of saying welcome back because it has been entirely too long since I've posted a video here. Hello. How are you? I hope you've been well. If you are new here, my name is Emmy, and I am trying to budget my life and my family's life. We're trying to get out of over $200,000 worth of debt when I started this channel, and we're making some good moves, I think, some progress. But on this channel, I like to track all of our spending, our savings, and how we plan to get out of that debt. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I encourage you to subscribe because I am going to post videos more regularly. I'm speaking it into the universe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. It means so much that even though I've been gone, I still would receive messages and comments from you guys just checking up on me and saying, how are things? You know, when are you gonna post another video? Hope everything's okay. I don't deserve that kindness from you all. I appreciate you so much. I'm sorry for being absent for so long. But that's kind of what today's video is going to be about. I want to catch you up on everything that's been going on for the past, how long has it been? About 4 or 5 months, something like that. It's been a while. So in this video, I'm going to basically go over what we've been up to. But I thought it would be a little silly to just have you guys look at my hands while I tell you all that. So I'm going to plan in my bullet journal for this coming week. And I guess I was going to lay down some stickers and plan out my week. And while I was doing that, I could have a little chat with you guys. So yeah, stay tuned if you want to hear what's been going on and the different changes that are coming up on my channel and in my family's journey. And yeah, let's get to planning. So I used to be a sticker hoarder. Let's be real, I'm still a sticker hoarder. I purchased a whole bunch of sticker kits and stickers and lots of washi tape, all the planning stuff a long time ago, and I've just kept it all, and I really need to get rid of some stuff. So I went through my stash and I found this really old summer fun mini kit from TheCoffeeMonsterzCo. This is the week that my kids start school and my husband starts school. So I thought this kit was very fitting as like a last hurrah, last little bit of summer before we go back to school. What's been happening since I saw you last? We were making really good progress with our debt. I believe I told you guys that I paid off my Capital One credit card, which was my first priority. And if I didn't tell you, well, surprise. I paid off my Capital One credit card. It is no longer a debt. Woohoo, super exciting. And new things we have paid off our Wells Fargo credit card as well. It's really exciting. That wasn't even one of our top priorities, but I guess because it was a consumer debt, we really just felt like we needed to pay it off. So that's been paid off, which is amazing. In April, which is kind of where a lot of things went off the handles here. What really messed everything up, I guess, is I went through a very bad downward spiral in terms of my mental health. I'm sorry if you hear the beeping in the background. My cat's litter box is making some fun noises. We have an automatic cleaning litter box, so that's why it's making beeping sounds. Okay, so I had a big episode where I went through this whole, you're a failure, you're not a good mom, you're terrible at everything, yada, yada, yada. Just kind of really talking bad about myself to myself. I'm gonna take off my watch here. It's getting a little uncomfortable. And that wasn't good. It just wasn't good. And I didn't, because of that downward spiral, I did not keep track of any type of spending. Good, bad, ugly, just didn't write it down, didn't keep track of it. I was keeping track of my budget on an Excel spreadsheet, and then I would write it down in my budget planner for you guys in my videos. But like, I didn't even do that. I didn't work in my Excel spreadsheet at all. That's how bad it was. And therefore, we were just completely oblivious to how much money we really and truly had. We kind of were living like we used to, where it was just like, oh, I got paid, I guess I can buy stuff now, instead of really budgeting and thinking about, wait, no, this bill has to be paid, this bill is coming up due, all that stuff. So since I didn't keep track of stuff, our American Express credit card, that one is pretty bad. We used to use our American Express credit card for our daily expenses, groceries, gas, eating out, all that stuff. However, we would use our credit card only to get the points. We would get cashback points. We're part of some rewards program. And so every month you ended up getting about an extra $100 or so. We would spend on the American Express credit card, but we would always pay it off by the end of the week. So that way we never had a rolling balance. Well, of course, if I wasn't keeping track of the money, I wasn't paying off things when I should have. Any bill that was auto drafted, should I say, I didn't physically make any payments at all. All the payments that are scheduled to come out of my bank account came out of my bank account, and anything I had to manually do, including paying off the credit card, just kind of was pushed to the side. I mean, it just wasn't done. That's it. It just wasn't done. So after I did a little bit of a recovery, I was talking with my mom, and I may have mentioned this in another video, but I can't remember if I did. But basically, my mom, she's Japanese. I'm half Japanese. And my mom came to America when she was in college, and she hasn't been back to Japan since before I was even born. And we recently found her family over in Japan. Sorry, my house is making weird noises. So we thought my family had all passed away because of a tsunami that happened in Japan several years ago. After that tsunami hit, which hit in like my mother's hometown, I believe that was like 2012 when that tsunami happened. Anyway, we completely lost contact with her family after that tsunami, so we were just under the assumption that that's it, her family's gone. No one was responding to phone calls, to emails, to handwritten letters, nothing for years. And then randomly, I got a Facebook friend request from my aunt, like my mother's sister in Japan. And she wanted to get in contact with us, and then she just never could. Because of that tsunami, my family did lose their home, and contact had to be reestablished. They had to find a new home, had to find new phones, had to find a different address, all those things. So because of that, that's why we couldn't be in contact for so long. We found out that my grandmother, my mom's mom, is suffering from Alzheimer's, and she did not have a lot of time left. So that's why my aunt was trying to find us, my mother specifically, and was trying to get us to come to Japan and, see my grandmother before she would pass on. So sorry, it's just still a little difficult to talk about. I had never met my grandmother. Goodness, I haven't even been on an airplane, much less traveling across to a different country. But I really wanted to go. I wanted to meet my grandmother. I wanted to make sure my mom had the opportunity to see her mother with, with everything that was happening. My mom is retired, but there's no way she could have paid for all of that herself. So my husband and I took it upon ourselves to help pay for a trip to Japan. And that's where most of our American Express debt came from, was our trip to Japan. It was very impulsive, but I'm not going to apologize for it, because in the end, we made it to Japan. I was able to meet my grandmother, plus my family on my mother's side. And when we came back to America, my grandmother passed a week later. So if we did not make that trip, my mom wouldn't have had the opportunity to say goodbye. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet my grandmother. And although she had Alzheimer's, it was really beautiful when she saw my mom for the first time in so long. She called her by name. She remembered her, forgot lots of things, but she remembered her. And that was just, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. Because of that trip, I want to say we spent a lot of our savings, and then everything else got charged to the American Express card. So that ended up being, the emergency fund of savings, plus our travel sinking fund had to be depleted. And then it was about $4,000 or $5,000 on the American Express card. While we were over there, we didn't want to stay just in my mother's hometown. We wanted to explore all of Japan. So we went to Tokyo and Nagoya. We went to Hakone, where near Mount Fuji. We were able to ride the bullet train, and it was wonderful. I had a great time. I do not regret going at all. I made so many memories, took so many pictures, and my husband and I still talk about it, how can we be homesick for a place that is not our home? Because we miss Japan so much. Everything over there is just so different from America, so different. And so the culture shock, I guess, is just very interesting. So anyway, went to Japan, spent a whole bunch of money, but Emmy was being irresponsible and was not paying off the credit card when she should. So with all of that came my husband's new job. So my husband is a high school band director, and he was teaching at his old school for, I want to say it was 6 years he was there. And this opportunity came for him to apply to this other school district. It's a lot more supportive of the arts. It's kind of difficult to find that in public schools anyway. So he decided to apply for that job, and he got it. And it happens to be a really competitive marching band program, which is amazing because he loves to do marching band. And the pay is significantly higher than what he was making before. So that's also good. And I'll share, I guess, numbers and stuff later. But because of that, we had, well, I guess we didn't have to, but we wanted to move. This new school district was about 45 minutes away from where we lived. That was fine. He could make that drive. But we were already outgrowing our home. We planned on selling it sometime soon, so why not now when he has a new job, and try to find a place a little bit closer to that school. And we ended up finding a beautiful house. And by some miracle, we bought it, and then it was appraised, and we purchased the home already with $40,000 worth of equity, because the offer we made for the home that was accepted was significantly less than what it was appraised for, which never happens. Never happens. So we bought this house, already have $40,000 in equity, and we literally just moved. Like, today, I'm filming on Friday. We moved last Sunday. So we have boxes everywhere. I am currently filming on the breakfast kitchen table. It's a process, I know that, but it's very stressful right now. I'm just kind of taking a look around at everything around me, and there's just so much to do. But I need to get my life organized, and so while I do that, I needed to talk to you guys too. So yeah, we have a new house. We are selling our old home, obviously. We already have accepted an offer, and we have a contract for our old home, and that is going to close on August 21st. So we have a little bit less than a month, and then, you know, all of our equity and all that will cover what we still owe on our old home, and then we get a big fat check for the remaining money that we get for our house. So with that money, there's so many plans to pay off literally everything. When we get that money, we're paying off cars, we're paying off braces, we're paying off this American Express credit card. We're just paying everything off. So we want the only debt, I guess, to be this house. And that's kind of, that's what's new. That's what's been happening. Trying to get a house organized, trying to get pictures taken of our old home, and making sure everything is neat and clean and blah, blah, blah. With 2 kids, man, that was close to impossible. I can't believe we did it, but we did. Go us. Okay. So now I'm going to start getting into the thick of my plans here. Monday is going to be a weird day because my daughter's daycare is having like a teacher work day for all of her teachers, and so they're not holding daycare that day. So I'm thinking I might have to work from home on Monday, but I am not sure. If I do have to work from home, that's a little unfortunate, but my company kind of frowns upon working from home now. I used to work from home full time, and it was great. Then they switched us to this hybrid schedule where we were sometimes in the office, sometimes not, and I really liked that, actually. But now they're just, everybody must come to the office, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. So I'm going to use these stickers from Joy of Planning. I love her sticker shop because all of the girls are customizable, and so you can choose the hair style, whether it's straight, curly. You can choose the hair color, the skin color. It's really, really cool. And so I customized this one because I thought it looked the most like me. So this is a work from home little sticker that I'm going to put here in case I have to work from home. Don't know if I do. This is all teacher work days for my husband. He doesn't have a teacher work day, at least not on the schedule he gave me for Monday. So if he doesn't have a teacher work day, I'm gonna go to the office. I feel like if I say every single sticker shop I use will be here all day. So I'll just, from here on out, leave the shops in the description box if you guys care to see that. I want to use this Coffee Monday. Let's do something cute with that. Can I have a label or something? I'm really hoping that after we sell our home that everything will just kind of fall into place. We'll be close to debt-free. Our student loan payments are going to start happening again, so I need to see how much that is. I haven't even thought about student loans in so many years because they were on pause for us. I have a meeting from 8:30 until 11. That is a training that I'm doing. So let's use a big box. Even though I haven't been posting videos, I have been watching videos, and it's so inspiring to see those of you still budgeting. And who is it that I watch? Budgets and Dreams. If you don't know who that is, you need to go check her out because she is amazing. At the beginning of her videos, she has this deck of cards that has little affirmations on them, and she reads your weekly affirmation for you to feel good about yourself, because sometimes budgeting is hard. It's hard. You're strict on yourself, like you can't spend money here, blah blah blah. And then when you're so restricted, you end up getting burnt out, and then you splurge and spend all this money. Anyway, I've watched her a lot. Rainbow Budgets has started coming back on, which is great. Budget with Ira, he's always hilarious. I love watching his videos. He makes me laugh. So yeah, I haven't been completely, I mean, I guess I have. I've been the worst. I haven't responded to any comments. I haven't posted any videos. I might as well have not been here. But I promise I was. I was watching, I was commenting on other people's videos. I was supporting them. I just, I was not very supportive of myself at that time. So if I don't feel good, why am I making a video? It's very fake, and I'm not about that. I show you guys everything. Look at these cute little guys are supposed to be my husband. And he's there working on a laptop with an apple. So I thought these would be cute to use for teacher work days. So he has a teacher work day here. And a teacher work day here. And this happens to be the first day of school. So I need to do that real big. Give me a big box for that. Look at these. They're supposed to be, or that's supposed to be my son. With his little backpack. It's so cute. You can see I use those a lot because they're just adorable. Anyway, back to school for my son and my husband too, but I already used his icon there. So, son. Currently, my son is at his grandparents' house, and we have to pick him up from grandparents' house on Wednesday. That's going to be kind of in the evening, so I'll put this kind of down here. Sorry guys, I've been kind of concentrating on what it is I need to lay down. I just completely stopped talking. So as far as budgeting, because that's why most of you are here, I'm assuming, I am going to put up a video about where we are with our debt. I'm gonna have a little debt check-in, even though I know it's probably gonna change once we sell our home. Hopefully, knock on wood. But I do want to have some sort of tally of where we are. All of our savings are completely depleted. All of our sinking funds completely depleted. All of my savings challenges, done. The Disney challenge, the dice challenge, penny challenge, did I say that? It's all gone. We had to use every last penny to go to Japan, pay off what we could on the card once we, got ourselves together. And then getting your house ready to sell is expensive, and buying a home is expensive. Like purchasing appraisals and inspections and pictures and all those things, it adds up. We spent so much money trying to get our house put together, and we just didn't have money. Like, where was it coming from? Sinking funds, that's what. So after I post my debt update video, it's basically gonna be a, hey, we're starting over kind of video. We'll come up with a plan. Some way, somehow, we will come up with something. I know summers are hard too. It's hard to keep track of things because everybody's on vacation, and why do you want to budget when you're on vacation? Nobody wants to do that. So how are you guys doing with, oh, that's lovely. How are you guys doing with your budgets? Or how have you been doing? Have you been on track? I hope so. You do, I hope so. I hope you have stayed on budget. I hope you have been able to take advantage of the summertime. And even though you are on a budget, to just, you know, you guys can still enjoy what summer has to offer. Geez, I felt like I had so much to talk about, and now that I'm actually sitting here in front of the camera, we got through what I needed to say pretty quickly. I'm really excited to get back into budgeting, get back into making videos. It's gonna be fun. I'm feeling much better, and I can't wait for this new start. It feels like everything, it's all brand new. August is when we're going to sell our home. It's when school begins, and it's when we're gonna get our budgeting right back on track. I think the biggest thing we need to do is go back to using cash. I hate using cash. It's the worst. I hate having all the bills. Like, I just want to swipe and go, but that's the problem, isn't it? You just swipe and go. So can't do that. I already gave my husband his allowance for this week, or yeah, this past week that's about to end. I'm not sure how he did, but we're gonna find out. His first paycheck came in for his new job, you guys, and I am so excited. Our new house payment is a doozy, but our old house payment, because we've been living in that home for so long, our house payment was about $670 a month. And I know in today's market, that is just unheard of. So I knew it would be a big change from going from that payment to a much higher payment. So what can we do to cut corners, right? We're gonna cut corners by getting rid of all the debt. We're not gonna have car payments. We're not gonna have any credit card debt. I'm not gonna pay for my braces anymore. My daughter has a doctor bill from when she swallowed a piece of a plastic spoon and I had to take her to the ER. That was a beautiful doctor bill that I am still paying on, and that happened, geez, months ago. So once all of that is done, that frees up some extra funds to pay for this mortgage for the new home. And you guys, this home is absolutely gorgeous. It's really a miracle that we were able to get this house. Truly a miracle. Our first home was our starter home. That's what we just moved out of, and we bought that home before we even had kids. And my son was born and my daughter was born, and we just outgrew that little home, and we needed something bigger. And I wanted something a little bigger, but never in my wildest dreams did I ever think we'd be able to afford something that's this much bigger. You guys, this house is like double the square footage of our old house. The neighborhood is great. The drive over here, like from my husband's school to and from, it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's a little bit more out in the country. I was already living in the country, but this is even more in the country. Like, I'm not used to seeing cows and horses and corn growing in fields for miles. Like, that's where we are. Before, we were kind of out in the country, but you know, grocery stores were 2 minutes, 5 minutes away. Now I think the closest grocery store is about 15 minutes away, which is fine. And it's really close to my husband's school. And it's not that much farther for me to go to work because it's right near the interstate, our new home. So even though the distance seems longer from our new home to my job, because we're on the interstate, it just cuts down on a lot of time. I know for a fact I'm cooking dinner on this day. Pretty sure we won't be back in time for me to cook here. I'll cook dinner on this day. Trying to alternate cooking. So he doesn't have a PD day, maybe on this day, but I know he doesn't have any marching band rehearsal, so he's probably going to cook Monday. I'm going to cook Tuesday because he has a rehearsal pretty late. No rehearsal here, but I don't think we'll be home in time to cook anything, so I'll probably eat out this day. I'll have to cook this day because he has another rehearsal, but this one does not go as late. So that's good. And then Friday, there's nothing on Friday, so I'm gonna bank on him cooking that day. Saturday, he has an event, so I'll have to cook on Saturday. And then Sunday is gonna be our laundry day, and he's gonna cook on Sunday. We have so much that still needs to be done around the house. I think that's a good idea. What if I put a little to-do list here? It's really hard unpacking boxes, putting things where they're supposed to go, blah, 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 when you're working and you're watching kids. So my unpacking and putting away time is between the hours of 8:30 p.m. and 11 p.m., which leaves me no time for sleep. It's been a rough week this week. Very rough. I was down one kid because my son is over at his grandparents', but it's still hard. My daughter is 2 years old, so you do the math. It's hard. It's hard. I think Monday is gonna be my clean the kitchen day. If I do work from home, that's great. I can juggle cleaning the kitchen and working. But if I work at the office, my husband doesn't have anything to do in terms of PD or practices or anything, so he will likely clean the kitchen. Because that should be done next. Our first priority was making sure we all had a bed to sleep in. We put everybody's bed together, all the sheets and stuff. And then after that, the next priority was clothes. Make sure clothes are hung up and put in drawers so we had something to wear. So those things are done. The drawers and the cabinets in the kitchen are really dirty. Like, they left little crumbs of, I guess, food that used to be in the cabinets and drawers, and it's really gross. So I need to clean out those drawers and cabinets, and then I can put stuff in there. So because it's a lot of work, I've kind of been putting it off. So I'm going to tell myself I'm going to clean the kitchen on Monday. Okay, you guys, that is it. I'm gonna fill in everything with my pen here in just a second, but I wanted to show you the finished look here. Ooh, maybe some of you guys don't care about sticker planning at all. I really enjoy it. Stickers are just very therapeutic to me, and I need to organize my life somehow because there's a lot going on, especially this week with, you know, getting ready for school and everything. So thanks for joining me, you guys. I look forward to seeing you where we get back to our regularly scheduled program. Thank you guys for coming and chatting with me. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.